that Conehead shirt. Well, I'm sitting here at my tiki bar, but I ain't seen the sun all day. There's a storm out there, but I don't care. Yeah, I've got Mike's weather page. There we go now. Okay. Mike's weather page. You know he was tracking every move it makes. You know it's Mike's weather page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Is it just me or is there spinach over here? There's spaghetti models and empty rum bottles, and sometimes Louis says hi. Hey, Louis. But you don't get no hurries and don't have no worries, cause we're drunk donkey nationwide. Everybody now. Mike's weather page. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's Mike's weather page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Did I ever tell you the story of the drunk donkey? Once upon a time, there was this weather woman. You can come as a pilot, you stay kind of quiet, but you know you love watching Mike's page. So put your Conehead shirt on, watch it live on your phone, and drink drunk donkey beer all day. Here we go now. Mike's weather page. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's Mike's weather page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Is that Blobby Bobby? I think that's Juicy Jerry. Yeah, Mike, throw a party, man.
All right, good morning, world. Look at that awesome little fade in there, huh? I love that. Counting down 1 second, 0. What happens now? Nothing. We lose the clock. Cool. We're live. It's Wednesday. It's hot. Got Memorial Day weekend coming up. Cannot believe that. Unbelievable how time flies, right? Just unbelievable. The older you get, time flies faster, right? So I hope everybody's doing good. We're going to talk weather. A little bit about yesterday. There's tornadoes there in Iowa. Oh my goodness, man. I cannot believe that footage. Unbelievable footage from that storm. Props Storm Prediction Center, though, they pretty much nailed it with their forecast as far as a particularly dangerous situation. It was bad. They've had a couple. What's up, Dale? How you doing, buddy? What do you mean you were on it? Your guys were out there? Tell me more. Tell me more, man. I have to hear about that story. But we got some topics to talk about. It's getting close to the season. It is, believe it or not. We are getting daily outlooks from the NHC. No crayon yet, but June 1st is the official day. Kitchen, good morning. Lisa, good morning. Harold, good morning. What's up, Mary Kay? St. Cloud. Melba Wallace, good morning. Breezy 2G. Missed me yesterday. It was awesome. Thank you. God, I love doing it. Had a really massive turnout. Shocking. I could not believe the amount of people there. Mary from Miami, good morning there. Marcus, morning. Richard Reamer, good morning. Coneheads. Miss Shelley Ross over there on YouTube. Eric over there. What's going on? Richard Sanford. Oh, let's show some puppies while we say hello. All right. So Daily Brew Time. This is where you're going to hopefully be all tropical season long. We go live pretty much every day once things get rolling here. After my, we were supposed to go yesterday, but I forgot I had to get ready for that expo. And so we're going to be live Friday. Next week's a little hectic. We're heading up to the Gulf Coast Jam. And then following week I'm flying to Oklahoma to help out a convention out there with Team OSR, Tammy Kent and crew. And then things are slowing down. So my season's about over as far as things to do. If that's even possible. But we will be here every step of the way. You can count on that. So 9:19 is our time, Eastern. And we go live at night when there's tropics. We go live on the weekends when there's tropics. So you can always count on that. Now that I have Starlink, anytime, anywhere, any place, we can go live. Letta Young, what's up, puppy? Yeah, this little Hunter. Hunter's doing really good. We watch Hunter grow up. He's 4. Listen, diehard MWP fans, can you believe Hunter now is 4 years old? We named him on our little show here. We had polls out. We took our fans' input, and we came up with Hunter. Little Hurricane Hunter. Now he's 4 years old. I can't believe it. So, Brenda's in St. John, U.S. Virgin Islands. Oh, it is going to be rainy. I think you're going to miss the heavy stuff, though, there, Brenda. We'll talk about it. But big thanks to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits for supporting us in all that they do. Thanks to Dunedin yesterday. There's a picture of my girls. Julie has become such a big help when I do these things. Even Sarah loves doing it. So we had a really amazing turnout at Dunedin and the expo that they had me as keynote speaker, and I hope I did a good job. I thought I did. It was probably one of my best presentations yet, so I was really happy with it. More people asked about the dogs than me because they love Little Hunter. Got to set up next to our good buddies at Direct Remodels. They got a bunch of people checking out Hurricane. We talked about Hurricane windows at the expo too. Hopefully some MWPs head that way. You can get 40% off. Another MWP happy customer the other day as they did a whole house. So check them out. I got a link on my website. 40% off. That's the rainfall for the next 7 days. Let's talk about weather now, and then we're going to talk about tropics. Very random showers pop. Yeah, see Captain Chris Yates. If you're going to get any rain in these areas, it's going to be quick. It's going to be out of nowhere. We had a nice little sea breeze set up yesterday. The clouds in the middle part of Florida were pretty amazing looking, actually. So I'm sure somebody got some rain inland. But as a whole, this is where you look at these kind of rain maps. So this rain map here goes through next Tuesday, actually. So not a lot of rain across the Gulf or the South. A little bit here and there, but overall not a lot. Nothing out west. But there you go. There's your rainfall through the weekend. Not a lot of organized stuff. Storm map, though, for today. Let's talk about that. Here's the storm map for today. Got a little bit of tornado action through Texas northeastward. These storms are going to be all the way up from Texas to the Great Lakes. Thunderstorms mainly, some hail. I know, Beth, I can't believe he's 4. Can you believe that? I can't believe he's 4 either. It's crazy. Ellen, family's great. Thanks for asking. I'm trying to read all the posts that I missed. What's up, Jonathan? South Carolina, man. How you been, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. All right, let's think about it, Hunter, because you're a good boy. All right. Weather today, Texas to Great Lakes. Tomorrow, more middle U.S. action. This frontal line flattens out a little bit, so we could get some sneaky storms all the way across the Atlantic seaboard up the east coast there tomorrow. This is for Thursday. Friday, a little bit of middle U.S. Probably become yellow. As you've learned over the years, these Storm Prediction Center outlooks usually start out pretty mild, and as you get closer to the event, you might start to see a little more enhanced colors, threats. So that's what we do. You just kind of know a general area when I start looking past 2 days, basically. We do have long range. This is day 4, Saturday. Typical area, Saturday. But then we have a big area here on Sunday. So usually when they start bringing up the yellow and then the orange on day 5, that's pretty high confidence we could see some severe weather again. It's like Mother Nature spreading out these tornadoes all a little bit. Like a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. Now we're going to put some here. It's crazy. Florida had its share about a week ago down in Tallahassee, right? So what the heck's up with all that? So that's Sunday. So that'll be the next major watch for severe storms. Tropics, right above my head every day. Chrissy, we're heading to Panama or Pensacola. Is that Pensacola? PCB? Panama City Beach? Is it Panama City Beach? PCB? 850? Or no, is that right? 850? Bobo, you got a Furman question. Hey, how about that? It should, Bobo, if you had a 55 and you were happy with that, anytime you go higher, you should be fine. And it's got a 50 amp plug on it. And it is amazing. It's awesome. Quieter. Thanks for supporting Furman, by the way. They do a lot for me. Hey, we got somebody, No Shoes Billy from Maui. I love your handle, No Shoes. I don't wear shoes very often. All right, so we got the tropics map ahead of me, above me. So what this map tells you is there's no areas NHC expects to be developing in the next 7 days from today, from right now. 2 p.m. we get a new one. If they decide things change, then we check back at 2 o'clock. But that's what we got for now. Good news. Get you through the weekend. We've had systems in May. We might. I really thought we were going to get a circle, to tell you the truth. I really did. I thought we were going to get something. I'm going to show you why here. And then we got some long-range forecasts. I'm going to show you they're hitting lower Caribbean. That's what got everybody mad at me last night. Shared somebody else's model. Imagine that. So. All right, so here we go. Let's see some other cool stuff I got saved up here. Here's the graph I shared last night. All right, so this one's right sometimes. It's wrong sometimes. Chris Tharp, I don't know about that, man. There's been 3 tornadoes in the same city. It's almost like they're so big anymore lately that they're just one big tornado with a bunch of vorticities, you know? Kim, hey, I gotta interrupt the chat for that. Heck yeah, Kim, they are famous for that. They make a tri-fuel that runs off propane and natural gas and electric or gas. We'll look at that. Don't leave me, Kim. We'll show you at the end of the chat. All right, so here's an experimental model that goes out way out. But you can see this little red line means that there could be something forming down there early June. Lots of reasons why. History, MJO, hot water, and moisture. 4 things. So definitely when I said, conditions are changing, that means there's becoming a little bit more. So anyway, this is a highlighted spot. A little shocking. Didn't really think it'd be that much of the Caribbean highlighted, but it's that whole general area. Sometimes these early season systems, we get something called a Central American gyre. Rhymes with tire. Big old low pressure area that sits up over Central America. Here's I don't think I shared this one. This was put out about a week ago from the Euro. They do their seasonal outlooks every month. I think I did. Maybe I don't think I did. Now it includes November. Because I didn't retweet it. But anyway, Euro continues to show aggressive numbers. This is through November, and they're predicting 23 named storms. This is the European model, where normally we have 14. So, yes, every prediction is intense. UK Met came out with this model here, courtesy here of the Met office. And this came out yesterday or today, but there's your 14 average. They're predicting 22. So, man, every single outlook is predicting above average the amount of storms. Everyone. But we're going to talk about some different models and some opinions on that. But definitely looks like a busy season. Colorado State, Weather Channel, Weather Bell, Euro, UK, University of Pennsylvania, and others. And I think NOAA forecast is coming out really soon, actually. So, Caitlin, yeah, I'm going to be doing daily soon. I got a really wacky schedule through 2 weeks, so I'm sorry I won't be able to do lives every day. But I believe the Thursday after the 1st, I'll be able to start doing it again. So, hopefully no action happens. But, of course, I'll be posting all the time. So, yeah, I'm going to Oklahoma Tuesday. So, the 1st is on a Saturday. Hopefully there's no action. And then, Tuesday I'm flying to Oklahoma. Should be home Wednesday night. And actually it's in Norman, Oklahoma. I'm going to Norman, Oklahoma. Anybody there in Norman? That's home of SPC. Not St. Pete College, but the Storm Prediction Center. Every time I write SPC, I think of Emily because that's where she's going to college. SPC. That's where I went to college. That's where I learned HTML. That's where I learned to make Mike's weather page with tables and columns and rows. That's all it is. Tables, columns, and rows. Hey, Mickey Smith, great question. It looks like it is switching quick to La Nina. Kevin in Puerto Rico, that's it. This is your current radar, by the way. We're looking at current satellite on weathernerds.org, by the way. This is if you've been following us, this is an old funnel line. That little low that came down through southeast U.S. is still kind of hanging around up here, believe it or not. This is all kind of a trough old line here. And, it's tropical. It's bringing a lot of rain to Hispaniola and then the Dominican Republic and Haiti area, Puerto Rico. Jamaica got a little bit of this. This pumps up some juice. This is eventually going to go northeast. No color by the NHC yet. A couple of models had it trying to form maybe weak subtropical with the jet streams dipping down there, helping, create some of this convergence. But nothing official. But hey, we got people down there watching. Now the Virgin Islands question, I don't know if you're going to get a lot of rain or not. Chandra says Belize needs some rain. We're going to talk about the temperatures. Chandra, is it hotter than normal in Belize? Because I've been I saw some monkey story yesterday that's like the heat is up in Mexico. Like I know the Yucatan. I posted that right before we went live. They're showing 113, 14, 115 this weekend. I mean, triple digits for weeks, it seems like. That eventually is going to warm up that Bay of Campeche. Peachy. I like to say Campeche. But that heat's going to spread around up to Texas this weekend. And we might see hundreds. We might see 99 degrees in Daytona Beach this weekend. Maybe Monday. We might see 100 in Jacksonville. It's going to be hot. This whole heat dome over the Gulf of Mexico is just going to be warm. And the waters are hot. We already got 92, 93 degrees at the Keys. Close to 88 Clearwater Beach. And that's what they're worried about. It's hot. Water was hot last year. We didn't have a very, very busy hurricane season, so it's not always hot water, but Chris Sharp, yeah, that's a pretty cool story there, buddy. James Fort, good morning, buddy. Yeah, Eric, we're going to get a new drought tomorrow. Every Thursday we get a new drought update, and Florida probably will have more in the drought. It's spreading. Coffee beans question. Harold, great question. I don't know if Chad Robbins is watching, but he would be the expert on that. Saharan sand. Mike, yep, we got to show you that. What's up, Ian? Hot. Mickey, now that is something else. Now, wouldn't that be something else, Mickey? You know what? That would be something else. That might not be good, but Mickey says maybe I'll see a tornado in Oklahoma. Never really seen a tornado. I don't know if I want to. I wanted to go to Tallahassee to storm chase, but maybe it was a good thing I didn't go because they had, 500 power poles fell down, and that would be scary. But anyway. Nancy Powers, that was nice of you. All right, so there you go. Nothing to stress about. We do have a lot of people down in the Caribbean. We're going to look at long-range stuff here for that. Let me close this out. Let's look at tropical tidbits. All right, here we go. Tropical tidbits. We use them a lot, and weathernerds.org a lot. I use Weather Models. It's a paid site. Hey, real exciting news, though, I got to share with y'all. Paul, what's up, buddy? I thought we would have... Oh, first name system. Yeah, man. I don't think... This one's tricky. This would be the only chance we would have of anything before the season, I believe. This little guy right down here, Hispaniola. I really thought we were going to see a system in May, honestly, based on history, but we didn't. I don't think. Only got a week to go. June and July usually start off. June usually starts off a little busier than July. So what always happens, and you can see this on these maps here. So usually in June here, this is, the area, 10 to 29 storms per 100 years. So once every 10 or once every 3 years, we get something in June. Not very many, but things really start to heat up in July. And you can just see that trend. Now, the old graphic used to have something here in July or June. Now, we have this in July. So anyway, June and July are typically slow. Then we get things really amping up. So what usually happens, the emotions of hurricane season. This is the emotion of hurricane season. Ashland, thunderstorms in Pinellas ever again. I don't know. Hey, Martha, good little point there. Hurricane is a mascot. Well, hey, you know what? Emily's high school has a hurricane. She was a hurricane. So we get these hurricane expos, and you get a lot of news and everything. Everybody's like always on the news, and we're seeing all the towns, which is great. Expo. And we all count down to June 1st, like there's going to be some big event, June 1st hits us, and it's like, it's no different than May. What happens a lot of times is we don't get anything in June. We might get something in June, let's say, then nothing in July. So everybody all goes through this like, it's over, hurricane season. All that hype, now it's nothing. Well, then August comes around, and it's like, that's when we should have expos. I mentioned that to some folks yesterday. I'm like, maybe we should have our expos like August 1st. That's kind of when the season gets going. By then, everybody forgets everything we told them yesterday, honestly. And then remember we had 60 days of no storms. It was all the way through July, all the way through August. There was nothing. First time that's ever happened, and then Ian came around. So Andrew, 92. August, right? Nothing. June, nothing. July, almost nothing in August. And then Andrew came. First storm of the year. So, God, Chris, you got a generator question too. Listen, Furman, don't leave. We'll talk at the end. We'll talk generators, man. I got some great stuff to talk about. I don't want to overdo it with that, but since we got so many people asking, plus they have an amazing discount, 30% off free shipping. It's no joke. Trust me. All right, here's the models. So this is that blob down here. We have people in Virgin Islands worried about rain. This is kind of what it looks like. Let's look at the 6Z. It hasn't come out yet. I don't think it has. Let's see. It might be running now. It is running now. It did run now. All right, so here's that blob we're looking at. And you know what? It's just going to kind of hang out. This is through today. This is that frontal line that's bringing storms across Texas all the way up to the Great Lakes. This is later this afternoon, Wednesday. Here's that little low pressure blob. It's going to, you know, they're saying it's going to be a low pressure. But you can just see, this is pulls out tomorrow morning. Takes its time. Little blob here. This is Friday morning. You know, whatever that is, there you go. A little bit of rain in Puerto Rico. It's Friday morning. You know, it's very spotty down there. And you know, might just miss Bermuda. There's Bermuda, that little dot right here. But, you know, weak low pressure, 10, 12. I mean, will they give it a circle? I thought they would, but they didn't. Last night, 00Z, same thing. So, you know, that's that. Tropics in a nutshell. We'll go out to the first of the month and kind of look at pressure. Well, let's tell you what. Let's go back to what the GFS was showing. So far, GFS 0 for 1 on the Pacific side. Here's what the GFS is showing. It's actually spinning up a little bit, a chance of something, getting close to Bermuda. Same spot that the Euro showing. It's just the GFS is giving a little bit more chance. There's a lot of wind shear. So Bermuda could get a little rain this weekend if it does do that. All right, so northeast, no worries. Canadian really hasn't been showing much with it. Just a blob of rain. Pulls out of here, nothing at all really. The Icon really not showing much with it either. The Icon's a great model, but it didn't really show much anyway. We got that front kind of coming down. So yeah, that's all. Whatever. I mean, it's not that. I mean, you know, other than rain. Let's look at accumulated rain. So there's your rainfall through today. A lot of rain today, Jamaica, Caribbean. But as we go in time, you can see it kind of pull out of here. And I don't know, the Virgin Islands, I don't know if you're going to get a lot of rain. Could be a little spotty stuff. But hey, it is the season. Belize ain't getting anything. Look at that high pressure. Man, look at it. You all are getting nothing in Belize. Or the Yucatan. We got a lot of people watch this in Belize. This is your rainfall 24-hour map. This is through Monday. So pretty much not very much organization whatsoever. Now here's a little wave popping in the scene. This is interesting. This is through May. There it is. All right, nothing really. But there you go. All right, let's look at GFS real quick. Here's that rain pulling out of here. And that's it. This is through the weekend. So that's it. Not a lot. Nothing really cooking down there. We're going to start looking down here first part of June. We're going to get into that next. Here's the GFS starting to show increased moisture. So the early season stuff, the MJO is very active in controlling tropics. And we do have a little GFS showing this. This is June 6th. This is kind of that area that the NH or the NOAA was highlighting June 4th, June 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's just, you know, it's a long way out, and it's the GFS. But that's the general area. All right. Okay, so not a lot of rain for our friends down there through the weekend. One more time with the rainfall. Let's just go straight into total accumulation through Monday, let's say, and we'll stop doing that after that. All right, so here's rainfall through Monday. Anything purplish is 2 inches. If you're colorblind, I apologize. I'm not the color guy. But we could see that. All right, enough of that. All right, I was going to talk about hurricane stuff. Let's go somewhere else first. Let's look at the heat real quick. I don't want to go into those things that I showed yesterday. I thought it was kind of interesting. Generate information, please. God, you guys, I love it. David Morris, thank you, buddy. Man, hey, is Greg watching? Jason, are you watching? People are talking about you guys. Oh, Andrew, yep, August 24th, Martha. Yep, I was not really into weather as much as I am now. I was a crazy teenager almost. I think I still was, 19 maybe. What's up, Sean Long? Yes. Hey, R. Mike Fall. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, so the season, Sean. Yes. So before I show graphics, a lot of research and history and what I gather out of potential for this season is New England, East Coast, and then Upper Gulf westward. And that's because we typically get a stronger Bermuda high. We typically see more push of storms westward. That means Caribbean, they're definitely overdue. Just less middle U.S. or Atlantic storms, more west push, and then the water temperatures. We don't have to go over that. That's going to be the enabling a lot of storms to happen. So definitely more, I believe, in an East Coast, New England, because those storms that normally curve are going to be shifted west. And Lee last year, even though we had Idalia, Lee was that storm that just rapidly intensified. Remember Otis in Mexico? Not one model predicted that. That thing went from nothing to Cat 5 for Acapulco. So that's what Lee did last year. Nobody knows about that because it didn't hit anything. Same with tornadoes. Like, the only thing about tornadoes that I live on X watching storm chasers and stuff, and it seems like a storm has to hit a town or something in order to make it seem impactful, because if it just hits a cornfield, everybody thinks it was a busted forecast. And it's the same with hurricanes. It's like, Idalia was terrible. It just hit an unpopulated area. Perry, of course, and a lot of little towns in Florida up through Valdosta. But if Idalia went a few miles north, it would have hit about 1 million, 2 million more people. And there would have been a lot more news. So Lee was a massively, rapidly intensifying hurricane that just came out, out of nowhere in the Atlantic last year. And luckily, just missed everybody. It went up the Atlantic. So if that happens this year, a lot different story. So Brian, living in Pinellas. Hey, your name rings a bell. How do we know each other? What's up, Jason Cloud? Scooter. Scooter. It's a cool name. Home. Yeah, they don't do home. Scooter. But they have one that'll run the whole home. It's just not permanent. I like the portable generators. I want to be able to move it around, lift it up. Hey, if you get floods, guess what? Your home generator might get wet. Plus, they got to run. A lot of HOAs don't like them because you got to run them all the time, the maintenance. So, anyway. What can we talk about? Water temps are hot. I wanted to do my little hurricane thing. We got the heat coming. Let's look at the heat just real quick, because we're supposed to be into some massive heat wave here that's going to... My dad was even talking about it. So, let's bring up windy. I mean, it's kind of... I mean, we don't have a lot of rain. So, usually May is honestly... is one of the hottest months for us, and because we don't get a lot of rain to cool things down. But the Yucatan's been unbelievable hot, like triple digits. We're already seeing triple digits down in Texas. But this weekend, let's just look at like Sunday, 5 o'clock. I mean, it's just amazing to see, 106, 107, 106, 106, all the way around the Yucatan through the BOC here. We got 107, 109 in Laredo, Texas. That's hot. And it's even going to be hotter on Monday. We might see, let's go to Florida here after this. Yeah, a little cooler on Monday maybe. 106, 105, I don't know. That's hot. 107, 107, 113. I saw one map here. But what's interesting, I mean, look at the map. It's not that far from Key West. So that same heat dome is kind of like getting close to Florida. And there are some modeling suggesting that we could see like Port St. Lucie 97 on Monday. I mean, Jacksonville maybe 100. I think Sunday it was showing 100. Possibly in Jacksonville. Maybe it might have been in the GFS. 97. There's 100 on Monday. Monday's the hot day. I don't know if it's going to verify or not, obviously, but 102 in Orlando. 102, 98. It's still hot. But anyway, it's going to be hot Memorial Day. Very hot in Florida, if this verifies. I mean, even the official temperature is showing close to that. Let's see. Let's go to the National Weather Service temp map here for, let's just zoom in on Florida real quick. See if we actually got any officially hundreds coming. And you can argue, yeah, this is Monday. Look at 98. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's hot. We're going to see hundreds. They don't have official. They have 99, but it's probably going to be a few spots getting close to 100. That's this weekend. Woo! Caleb likes the hurricane recap. Some people don't, but I think they're fascinating. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Teresa, where's the donuts? Oh, you brought them. All right. So, hey, Sunrise Fire Rescue. Brian, what's up? We met, right, at the GHC, right, buddy? Finally? Hanging out with the Furman guys. But, so anyway, bottom line, not a lot of rain in the south. Let's look at some rainfall maps, and then we'll get into some of that hurricane history. Yeah, Brian, I got you, buddy. Now, listen, random storms are going to pop up. This is what's very tricky. I'm glad I'm not a meteorologist. Because we get a pop-up storm out of nowhere, and like, it wasn't supposed to rain. Well, we could get some down in South Florida today. But there's your accumulated rain through, look, I mean, come on. That's crazy. This is through Monday night. Other than really South Florida today and tomorrow, it's showing nothing through Monday. And that includes a lot of part of lower Louisiana. They've been getting a lot of rain. Florida, Panhandle, they need a break. So that's rainfall through the holiday. That's hot. I don't know what else we can talk about. All right, so some of this hurricane stuff. Then we're going to talk about a couple other things, and I guess we'll talk about Furman. Going to Coco Cay. So here's my take on the hurricane season. Julie wanted to do a vacation. Oh, last vacation before college, but I'm like, you realize it might be hurricane season? Oh, I got a text. But I love Coco Cay, Delray. I love Coco Cay. I love the cabanas. My goodness, man, they're 10 a.m. Like, what's 10 a.m.? Do I have something at 10 a.m.? What do I have at 10 a.m., Shelly? You got a 10 a.m.? Oh, it's 10 a.m. Oh, it's already 10 a.m. Do I have something at 10? I don't remember. Do I have? I don't know what I got to do today. I can't keep up with anything anymore. All right, so here's some of this hurricane history. All right, so this is crazy, guys. These are some of the graphics I posted yesterday. I don't know. I get into this stuff. Let me go through them really quick. Then we'll talk Furman, then we'll go. So this was one of the maps yesterday. All right. So we had 4 storms here. Charlie in 04, Ian 2022. Almost the exact same landfall. 2004, 2022. 2004, we had Gene. 2022, we had Nicole. Almost the same landfall, a little to the north. Kind of crazy, right? 2 storms, 2 different years, same location. But what's crazy is this. This was the kicker. When we had Charlie in 04, 43 days later, we had Nicole making landfall. Or Gene. So Charlie, 43 days later, Gene. All right, fast forward to 2022. Ian, 43 days later, Nicole. That was the kicker. So 2 storms, same location. How many years apart was that? That wasn't 16. Oh my God. 18 years apart. That would have been crazy. All right, so anyway, there's number 1. Kind of wild, right? This is just showing you the same year. There's 3 different ones I'm going to show you. This was people living in Stewart, Port St. Lucie area. Obviously, I hit a nerve yesterday when I mentioned Gulf Shores. Well, that was the official landfall spot. I understand it hit Pensacola. It hit a lot of people. As far as what they consider landfall, this is where it's at. Same spot, same year. Crazy, right? A couple weeks apart. Same year. Here we go. 1996. We have a lot of people watching in the Wilmington area. Same spot, same year. 1996. 2 hurricanes. Who would have thought? Here is a weird one for you. Oh, what happened to my, I had another graphic. I thought I did. I missed one. We had another year, 2020. All right. Well, let's talk about this one. This was Ivan in 04 and Sally in 2020. Okay. What was crazy about this, right? Same day of the year, September 16th. So a lot of people remember a day when they got hit with a hurricane with Ivan. The same exact day, 16 years later. Now, look at this one. 1 year later, Ivan was 04, right? Then we have Katrina, 05. And then we had Ida, 21. Almost same landfall. Technically, you could say it kind of was, New Orleans area, right? But what the kicker with this one is, they were 16 years apart and the same day, which was August 29th. So those 2 storms, 04 and 20, and 05 and 21, both 16 years apart, but the same date. And that's really weird, in my opinion. So that was my little tidbit. I don't know what my lower graphic is, but anyway, you got the idea. It was crazy. That's what I post. So a little bit of past history stuff here too. I want to show up real quick. So we're transitioning from a strong El Nino to a likely strong La Nina. We look back at history. I always bring this up just to let people know it might not be that bad. 1982 was a El Nino, kind of like 2023. 83 transitioned to a quick La Nina, which we're doing this year. And the hurricane season was that. 82, strong El Nino. 6 storms. La Nina, 4 storms. Now, I understand water temperatures were different. They were a couple degrees cooler. I looked them up today. Where we're at 84 now, it was 82 then. So, we're 2 to 3 degrees warmer now than we were then. But hey, just saying. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. We go to 84. This is my curiosity. Because the second year La Nina, 19 was the first year La Nina. 2020 was like incredibly... That was the most storms we've ever had. Let's see if 84. See, I knew it. Second year. So, first year La Nina wasn't that active. Second year was. This is what we could possibly see. Not a lot of west push, though. Only a couple of them. We had one hurricane. It looked like it hit Carolina. Diana. Is that right? Diana? What was that? Who remembers 84? And one major hurricane, 115 knots. That was pretty strong. That was it. So, I don't know. I don't know, but you know, water temperature different back then. It was definitely an AMO cycle they call it, where it's less water temperatures. Where no, it's hot. This is kind of what I remind people of 19 or 20, 23 last year. Look at all this middle part of the U.S. activity, or U.S. Atlantic. Typical El Nino, a lot of wind shear through here, meaning everything's pretty much nothing happening here because of El Nino. A lot of action here. Go to 2020, and obviously things changed because everything shifts to the west. This is kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen this year. Is now we have, obviously this is open now. We don't have wind shear, and that means more storms are going to have a chance to go to upper Gulf, west Texas, towards Texas, Mexico. And then notice there's a lot less activity in the Atlantic. We have more storms pushing closer and closer to that East Coast. This is in 2020, so kind of my feeling what we might get. So that's your world, Brian, if you're watching. So there you go. Furman real quick, then we'll go. Furman Generators. All right, so they sponsor our NASCAR. Great friends of mine, personal family friends now. They have grown into the largest market share in Canada and U.S. for all that they do. They're huge, believe it or not. They build a lot of brands that you don't know about. They employ a lot of great people in our USA here. But there's a 30 off code when you click on it. It automatically applies at checkout, so you click on that. But some of these generators, people are asking questions. All right, their Whisper series. These are the inverter style, and they have a new one now that can run anything. It's massive. Let me show you this big one right here. This is I don't even know if they really started promoting it yet. This thing is a monster. 50 amp plug, inverter, remote start, carbon monoxide alert, which is very important for safety. But they have a lot of cheaper inverter ones too. But that's incredible. They have 24-hour support with people that actually are people. They're not AI. I should ask them, are you AI or real? That might not work out too good. But yeah, so and then someone was asking about the tri-fuel. So you go to shop here, go to hybrid series, and here's what you got. You can do dual fuel or triple fuel. That tells you everything right here. Tri-fuel. That's one I got. Tri-fuel, dual fuel. Here's my cart from yesterday. See, watch this. $12.99. I was looking at something. I was looking at $12.99. You go to checkout, and it's $400 off. But they got them at Lowe's and Costco and a lot of other stores too. So anyway, yeah, Chris, I'm telling you, buddy, they're real deal, man. I wouldn't be promoting them if I didn't believe in them. The Delray, the Indians, they might protect us. I had a slide about that yesterday at my little Hurricane Expo. That's what a lot of people think. So my new talking point, I know I'm a Debbie Downer, is don't be stubborn, Florida, okay? Have a great day, Sue Hausman. Don't be stubborn. Brian Davis, yeah, man, great meeting you too. Floridians, man. So I was talking to Pinellas County, EOC, I believe, and something about beds, and I think we had 20,000 beds, shelters, and I think he said during Irma they had almost 17,000 of them used. During Ian, I think he said 2,000 or 3,000. And I always use my city of Oldsmar example. They're able to tell water usage, and 100% of our residents are controlled by Oldsmar Water, so they can tell water usage. And during Ian, we were down only 20%. So that means 80% likely stayed. So Floridians don't like to be told to evacuate. They've evacuated before. They're tired of it. I'm going to stay. But man, if you are in a evacuation zone and we have a major hurricane, you can't be stubborn, because there's a lot of folks that, would agree with that. And one thing I'm going to talk a lot about this year are outliers on these spaghetti models. And, I believe, looking back at history, I'm going to do that one day, not today, but I'm going to look back at all the storms. And I know it was with Ian. I know it was with Charlie. I know it was with Irma. I know it was with Idalia. I know it was with Laura. And even Dorian. The outliers are the ones nobody pays attention to. And they're kind of becoming the ones that they turn into. So we focus so much on that center that I do believe that we need to start paying attention to the outliers even more, to let those folks know, hey, because, man, Fort Myers area was right on the edge of that cone, and there was quite a few spaghetti models still pointing that direction, and ensembles. So, and Irma, the early days of Irma, when everybody had it going up the East Coast and maybe missing all of Florida, there was one or two outliers that was curving up towards the Naples area through the Keys. So, very important. And there's history to tell you that those outliers might be very important to pay attention to 2 days out. 2 days out. So, we'll talk about that more on Friday, because it's almost been an hour, right, Shirley? So, all right. Well, anyway, appreciate y'all tuning in. It means a lot. We're going to be off and on here the next 2 weeks. I always feel guilty about that, but hey, I don't think anybody goes live more than I do, so I should not feel guilty. I think Shelley figured out one time we go hundreds of hours a year or so. That's the way it goes. But if you want to know the next time we are live, this will be updated right here. Next Brew Crew, right there, boom. And you can always go back and watch it. We'll be live Friday. Don't forget our good buddies at Direct Remodels. I set up next to them yesterday, met a couple of their guys. They were great. They had over a dozen quotes. People loved their products, and they're a great local Florida-based impact window company that are big fans of us. So guess what? There you go, 40% off. We appreciate their support. All right. See you Friday, everybody. And really nothing too severe today to worry about. Just those storms in Texas northeastward a little bit. Then we got the next big outbreak coming next Sunday over the weekend. So that'll be the next one to watch, day 5 here on Sunday. So we'll start looking at that a little bit more as it gets closer. All right. So that's it for me. We're going to keep the Brew Crew chat going for a little bit. And we'll see you Friday.